Hello, it's Vicky and today I'll be using the June Card Kit by SSS Stamp. Here is a look at the card that I'll be making. It's a soft and romantic card, so let's get started. I'll be using the stamp that is included in the kit, and as you can see it comes with lovely flowers. I'm going to use 3 of them, and I'm going to white emboss them on white cardstock. Now this cardstock is also included in the kit, and I have used the other part of this cardstock to create my card base. You'll see that later on. Now I've used my embossing tool, and that's great for keeping the embossing powder only where it's supposed to go. And now probably you can't see what I'm doing since I'm stamping with transparent ink on top of white cardstock. But anyway, I'm stamping the 3 different sizes of the flowers, as well as I'm stamping the leaf 3 times. And once I'm done with the stamping, I'll go ahead and apply my embossing powder and then heat set it with my heat gun. To color my flowers, I'm using distress ink. This is spun sugar, and I'm also using the new round mini blending tool by Tim Holtz, and I'm mainly applying the ink from the center to the outside of the flower, making sure that I apply more ink on the center than on the edges. I'm keeping my coloring very soft, and that's because I want to have a very romantic and soft look on my final card. But that probably makes it hard for you to see what I'm doing since I have too much lighting on my crafting area. But once I cut out all the little images there, you'll be able to see what I'm doing better. So now that everything is colored, I'm going to use my scissors and cut around the images. I am cutting out the leaves just where the outside border is. So I'm cutting exactly on the border, the white border of the leaf. But when I go ahead and cut out the flowers, I'm going to leave just a small space around the flower. After all, it's already colored pink, and it doesn't really matter. And here they are, all the little images cut out. And now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I've chosen one of the sentiments that are included in the kit that says "You are my favorite," and I'm going to white emboss it at the very bottom of my card. So you won't be able to see what I'm doing, but again I'm stamping my sentiment using Versamark ink, as you can see here, and then I'll go ahead and apply white embossing powder and heat emboss it with my heat gun. And just because this is my card base and I don't want to make it wonky from the heat, I'm making sure that my heat gun is very warm before I apply the heat on my cardstock. And now I'm going to apply a distress ink at the very bottom of my card, and that will help me reveal the sentiment. But first I just want to cover up a bit of my card there, so I've used some post-it tape, and this will work as a mask as I apply ink at the very bottom. Now I'm using again my round mini blending tool, and again I'm applying spun sugar, so that the colored border that I'm creating at the bottom of my card really matches my flowers. The embossing powder resists the distress ink, and just like when I was coloring my flowers, the sentiment will just appear. And this is such a lovely and soft look. So now I'm going to remove the mask, and I have a nice straight line down there. Now I'll go ahead and use the vellum. This vellum is a polka dot embossed vellum, and it was also included in the June Card Kit by SSS Stamp. So I'm just making a mark there, and I'll cut it down to the size that I want. And now I'll go ahead and use my glue pen and stick my vellum on top of my card. I'll be using the glue pen only where I know that this will not show on my card. So I'm applying just a line at the very bottom and also some dots of glue just behind the polka dots. And this will be enough to stick the vellum on my card. And as I'm doing that, just to let you know that I have a giveaway on my blog, so make sure to go ahead and enter your name there for a chance to win this card kit by Simon Says stamp. And now I'm using my scissors to cut out whatever sticks out of the card, and the vellum is nicely sticked there. So now I'm using just some thin white ribbon, and I'll go ahead and tie a bow by adding this ribbon between the two parts of the card. Really brings everything together, the vellum with the bottom stripe. And once the bow is ready, I'll go ahead and use my scissors to trim the ribbon. And now it's time to assemble my card, so I'll bring in the flowers and the leaves, and I'll go ahead and stick them down using foam squares at the back. Now I'll try to decide where I want everything to go, and once I'm happy with the placement, I'll go ahead and stick them down. That's a simple and very pretty card to make, and I believe that you can use pretty much every sentiment you can think of, from birthday cards to thank you cards or thinking of you, or even anniversaries and wedding cards. To finish off my card, I'll go ahead and use my tacky glue and a bag of super tiny little sequins that I have. These were not included in this kit, but they were included in one of the previous Simon Says stamp kits. I'll stick them at the center of the flowers as well as scatter them around in my card. And that was the card for today. Don't forget to join the giveaway on my blog, and I hope you had fun and got inspired. Thank you all for watching.